Hello, everybody. I just wanted to do a couple things. Uh, I want to I wanted to show you just an update. I've done a lot of work. I know it may not. If you've looked at the other one, you might feel like, oh, he's not gone very far because I didn't progress down. That's because of my focal point has been on the face, and I've been working this way around on the form. I'm not getting into any detail in the hair. That's going to remain blocked in at this point. Toward the latter end before the finished painting, when I get to that area, then I'll start, when I feel like I'm going to start really putting in the last details, then I'll really go into some significant detail, about midways in to the end. But I am trying to establish my drawing, and what's really important to me is the face. A lot of this stuff, the rest of it is going to happen as I go along in the process. So at this point, this is where I'm at. I just wanted to bring this up to date, and I thought that I might add a little something on this one. I want to show exactly how I tone a canvas, just like I did with this one. In this particular one, though, I actually toned over my drawing, and then I inked it in a little bit, simply using diluted burnt umber, but it had my drawing established so that it stays there, it doesn't disappear. This here, a lot of this is just a charcoal dust. If I was to take my hand or a cloth, it's going to wipe away, except for these areas right here where I blocked it in a little bit. But anyhow, I thought I'd show how we go and do tone a canvas, and how I go about doing this. I actually have two different types of tone that I will do depending on what kind of painting I'm going to do. This is my favorite, to leave a little texture, and what I mean by texture, it's not just super smooth, and here you actually see some design in it, not on purpose, just accidental, as I'm actually toning it. And the way I tone it, I'm not worried about, this is darker than this area right here, so I've got to get this lighter. I'm not worried about that. Matter of fact, I actually like the texture when I'm working with it. I can't explain why, other than to me, it just, I think it's eye candy. It's something to look at as you're building your painting or your drawing. Or the underpainting, whatever you're doing at the time. I think it just makes it pop a little bit. I've seen some artists that actually even go so far as to they'll put the burnt umber with a lot of turp and just let it run down. And I think I can't think of her name now on YouTube that does that. But when she's doing portraits, Lisa Goria, I think when she does portraits, she'll do that and then build out of it. I see what she's doing, and I think it's really cool, but it's just not what I do. But I kind of doing it a little bit. I like to have the texture. So I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. And what you'll need is a little 5x7 or a bigger canvas. And I'm using a panel board. Matter of fact, I'm going to get one right out here. We're going to get a brand spanking new one. And get her opened up here. Sorry if I disappear a little bit, but it's just me running the camera today. So, all right. And we'll just put that right there in my rest of my organized chaos. You're going to need a brush. I recommend a fairly good size one. Don't have to be quite this big, especially for a little canvas like this. And you're going to need some burnt umber. And I actually just looked over there and saw that I don't have a whole lot burnt umber, so I'm going to grab some real quick. I think I'm going to grab some real quick. There it is. It was hiding on me. You won't be able to see me put this on my palette, but you'll get the idea. Just squeeze out some burnt umber, and then you're going to dip your brush down in your turp, which I have down here. You don't need a lot. It doesn't need to be super runny. I even just kind of put it on, dip, touch it to a rag there. Get a little bit of the burnt umber on the brush, and I hope you can see this. I'm going to get over here so you can just rub her in. No particular pattern, no particular science to it, and it don't hurt if you get a little extra on there. As a matter of fact, do that. The more the merrier. Just get it on here. Gonna try to cover this the best I can. Oh, this is such rocket science. You just can't believe what you're learning today if you've never done this. You're thinking, oh, that's all I gotta do. That's pretty much it. Okay, we've toned the canvas. Well, we're not quite finished. It's more than that. Here, let me. All right, now what we're going to do is take a clean rag, of which I really don't have right now. I'm going to get an area that I think is cleanish. Now, what we're going to do, and sometimes I like to let this sit just like this, just for a little while. Actually kind of make it come out darker, I think, but and it's easier to work. But what you don't want to do, what I'm going to explain, don't take this and push hard, because you'll just wipe it clean. It'll still kind of have a tone to it, but it'll be super light. You want it to be, notice about what I got right here. So you want it to be like that, and in order to do that, as a matter of fact, I would put a little extra on there, because you're going to wipe off a certain amount. And it doesn't hurt for you to take your rag and just dab it in where you had the terp and the burn umber. See, like that right there. Doesn't hurt for you to do that because it keeps it from soaking here. And then lightly, and I mean light to the touch, like you're tickling it almost, and just go around in a circle. Come down, go around in a circle. See, I really would like to have had a little more terp on there. Matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. Not terp, but umber. I want a little darker tone. And you'll notice it right off as you're doing it. See, now there's about how dark we should have went in the first place. Try not to paint my fingers here. Okay. I know we've got a time limit, and I have no idea how much time I'm doing here, but let's try to get this in if I possibly can. All right, now that's where we want to be. Yes, 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 yes. See how you can just redo it and rework it? Doesn't matter. Okay. Gonna go back over that little area that I had there. I might dip it again. Just get that on there. And there we go. Now I'm going to go in circles till I get the tone. There's about the tone that I want. You can hear me rubbing, but I'm not pushing super hard, and I don't want to here, for example, because then it won't be what I like. But I'm actually going to go back up just a little bit, because I want it to be a little lighter than that. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. And I'm trying to rush here, so this is not quite as smooth as I'd like it, but we'll go with it. And you might want a cleaner rag. You don't want to accidentally mix into any other color into it. I think I'm pretty safe here. All right. Now I'm actually going to push a little harder, not too much harder. Just a little bit, and then as I get up there, go light again. Go real light. See how I'm starting to get a pretty much even tone? Now I could make this smooth if I wanted to. Alright, gonna go a little smaller in my circles for the final. And I'm about to call this puppy done. See, it don't matter if you have a little pattern in there. It's okay. You're painting over this. You know what I'm saying? Alright, there you go. Wow. That wasn't so hard. And now, don't touch it, because if you do, you'll be sorry. It'll dry here in just a little while, but even then, it takes till overnight before you can really just touch it. Otherwise, you will lighten it up. This one's a little darker than my last one. I would probably work it a little, more, but I like that too. That's cool. But when I'm doing flesh tones and stuff like that, I don't know, I just like that sometimes I let that bleed through. You know, it helps out when I'm doing my underpaintings and everything. But not too bad. And I'll let that one go like that. And hope that was good. I'll come back on here. I told you I would show you some of the painting process as we get into this. When I get the face established here a little bit, then as we're going into the rest of this, I'll begin to show you how I did this from the get-go, because here you didn't get to see that. So I'm going to work this, get this where I want it, because this is like the focal point. This is very important. And then as we go through this, I'll do a video of it so you can see the process. And I hope you enjoy this. This is kind of new for me, doing YouTube videos, but I'm trying to get the hang of it. But I hope this is something that is beneficial to those that might be looking around saying, hey, how's this done, or how's that done? Because I know that was always important to me when I was searching for the how-tos of this and that. It's always good when someone shares, and I want to do that. So enjoy, come back, and subscribe.